What is going on, guys? It's Bucky and welcome back to your 37th XHTML and CSS tutorial. And in this tutorial, as promised, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a different kind of positioning, and that's called relative positioning. Now, relative positioning is kind of similar to absolute positioning, but it's also very different. So you're saying, how can it be similar and extremely different? But it is. So let me go ahead and show that to you guys. Let's go ahead and first make a couple paragraphs on the screen. So P and just go ahead and write first. Let me just go ahead and copy this. Make like 4 paragraphs or something. That'll be fine. First, second, third, and fourth. But give this third one an ID. Oops. I'm computer programming. In computer programming, you put equal sign twice, and that's what I thought I was doing. So anyways, ID equals third. By the way, you guys should check out my computer programming tutorials. They're pretty cool. That's just a side note. But anyways, now for our third paragraph, let's first of all give it absolute positioning because that's what we know already. So in order to do that, go ahead and make your ID third and go ahead and give it a border of whoa, definitely spelled that wrong. Border 1 pixel solid green. That'll make it easy to see. And what else can we do? Position absolute. And now let's go ahead and move it top 60 pixels and also left 30 pixels. I don't like my top and left to be the same. So anyways, if we go ahead and save this, what we're going to see is this. We're going to see 4 paragraphs on the screen, and then we're going to see that third paragraph move 60 pixels down from this top point right here and 30 pixels right. So somewhere right in there. So check it out. We have the first, second, third, and this third box right here from the top left corner of your screen is moved down 60 pixels and right 30 pixels because that's what absolute positioning does. It takes this coordinate right here and it moves your box in relation to there. So let's go ahead and now instead of absolute type in relative and save this and look how it changes. The box is now down more and over to the right the same. So you're saying, alright, what exactly is going on? Because this is kind of confusing. So instead of 60 pixels from the top, it's now a lot more. So why did this happen? Well, relative positioning is different than absolute positioning in the idea that instead of moving it absolutely from the top left point right here, it moves it in relation to where it would normally be. So instead of having the origin right here and moving 60 down 30 across, the origin is wherever it would be normally, which is somewhere right in here, and from that point it moves it 60 down and 30 across. So that's why it's actually more than 60 pixels down from the very top of your screen. Again, if I was to move this absolutely, it would be 60 pixels down from the top and 30 pixels over. But since I'm moving it relatively, it says, alright, you started out, well, let's go ahead and get rid of this, cut this. So you started out right here by default. So here is your starting point right here. And now you have this CSS rule that says I want to move this 60 pixels down from where I was relative and also 30 pixels over. So it's going to take it from right here, move it 60 down and 30 over. So that's why it ends up right here. So anyways, that's the difference between absolute and relative. Absolute moves it from the top left point on your screen, and relatives move it from where it was in relation to the rest. So now you can see that we come across another problem that it doesn't really help to, you might be saying, alright, I'm just going to make everything relative then instead of absolute because relative is better. Well, we come across this problem. You see, instead of just taking this piece out right here and continuing the flow where first, second, fourth, instead of just moving this fourth up and filling in the gap, we now have a space or a gap of where that box used to be right here. So with absolute, we came across the problem of things overlapping. And now relative, we come across the problem of whenever we take something out from the natural flow, we have a huge gap of where it used to be, and it doesn't look like anything really fits in there. So anyways, keep those in mind whenever you're using these two different types of positioning. And by the way, let me say this. People usually don't lay out a web page all absolute or all relative. This isn't like a choice where you choose one or the other. Yes, you can make an entire web page all absolute or all relative, but you usually use them in conjunction with one another. For example, you might have your outside box relative and every inside box inside that would be absolute. That is a common technique that people use. But anyways, I just want to, get that in your head, because in case you thought I was teaching you guys the different ways of laying out a website, don't think like that. Think, how can I use these techniques together in order to give my webpage the look that I need to achieve? So anyways, there is one last type of positioning that I'm going to be teaching you guys about, and then after that I'm going to show you guys how to tie everything together and give your website the exact look and feel that you guys want. And it's going to be awesome. You guys are going to be making beautiful websites in no time. So for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos.